I'm in bed and I hear this boom, boom, boom on my door. I'm like, who is this? Hey guys, it's Britt, and today I'm going to be telling you the story of how I almost got fired from my first job. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching. So I was working at this job. It was an office job. I'd been there for almost a year. This was my very first job ever. I actually really liked the job, but around the time that this event happened, I was kind of going through a lot at the time. Like, I was stressed out all the time. I had found out some really bad news about my grades, my health, my academics, and like, I don't know, just like everything was just like going downhill. So I was just like really unhappy at the time, and I kind of lacked motivation. So it's like I just would stay in my room a lot and just like not go anywhere, not do anything. Sometimes I would like barely eat. I don't know, I was like borderline depressed at this point. So this was just one of the days where, like, I think this was a Monday, because I know that on Mondays at this time I had like free time. I had like free time until noon. I was just chilling, you know, relaxing, doing whatever. And then noon came and I was like, oh, it's noon. Now I have to like actually get up and do stuff. So my boss, we're gonna call her M. So M, she emailed me, I think the night before or like the week before, and she told me, on Monday, I need you to go to this building and get this poster and bring the poster to work. So I was like, alright. But I really didn't feel like getting out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. And I think at this time, my boss didn't really know what I was dealing with, like, personally, because, like, we were really close and everything. Like, I could talk to her about stuff, but, like, I just didn't tell her about my mental health, and, like, you know, I just didn't want to get into that part. So she didn't really understand that I was just, like, not in the right mindset to really do anything. So I think I emailed her back and I told her, like, yeah, I'll do it. Because, you know, it's like, I think at first I thought that I would have the motivation to go and do it, but then I just didn't do it. So then I think she either texted me or called me, and she was like, hey, are you okay? Like, where are you? Because I think I was supposed to be in the office by like 2 o'clock, but I basically stayed in my room. And then it became 2 o'clock and I was like, okay, shoot, man, I was supposed to be there. So at 2 o'clock I left to go get the poster. And so I got the poster that day, but I ended up just like not going to the office because I was just scared to tell her like what actually happened and why I was that late and stuff like that. And she was kind of like, she was really nice and friendly, but she was also kind of strict at the same time. So she really hated, like, if I was late, it would get her really upset. So I just would try not to be late as much as I could. But anyways, so I got the poster, but I was like, I don't feel like doing anything. I just feel bad. So I went home. I think I might have like just ordered food so that I wouldn't have to like go out, because I just was in this mindset of like, I don't want to do anything, don't want to talk to anyone, I just want to stay in. The night passed, nothing happened, didn't hear from her. The next day I wake up, well actually no, I don't even wake up. I'm in bed and I hear this boom 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 on my door. I'm like, who is this? And I think, yeah, Brianna was my roommate at the time. We both just ignored the door because we had really annoying neighbors and they would just be obnoxious all the time. So we figured that maybe it was just them being annoying. But it was actually the police. So my boss called the police because I didn't show up to work or text her back or call her back or anything like that. And now I was not expecting her to do all that because, I don't know, I just thought like, why would she do that? Like, I know maybe she thought like, oh, like something happened to me or something, but I don't know, I just didn't think she would do something that extreme. So when the police knocked on my door, we didn't answer the door. So they went to like the neighbor's door and knocked on their door, and then they were like asking them some questions, but I couldn't really hear through the door what he was asking the girls. So I was just like, okay, maybe something happened last night and he's just asking if they know what happened or something. I don't know, like on our floor, like stuff happened all the time, so I just figured like maybe someone did something bad or something, I don't know. So the police left eventually. Then my dad started calling me and I didn't answer. I don't know why. I don't have anything against my dad. Like, I love my dad and he's like great and everything. But it's just like my mindset. I was just like not in the mood to talk to anyone. And it's not even like, oh, I just don't want to talk to you. It was really like that almost depression state that made me like this. I didn't talk to him. I think my older sister called me. I didn't respond to her. I think the only person I responded to was my mom. And I didn't respond to her until she had called like at least 3 times before I actually answered her. And she was like, hey Brittany, where are you? I was like, I'm in my room. I don't know, the conversation was really short. Apparently the police called my parents. So that was why my parents and my sister were calling me, because the police were trying to locate me. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. So Brianna just left for the day. I was kind of scared to leave my room because I was afraid that the police would find me and like question me and stuff. Anyways, my mom told the police that I was in my room after I had called her. I didn't know that the police called my mom, so I didn't think telling my mom I was in my room would like spark this huge thing. I mean, like, I didn't know it was the police at the door, but I still just didn't want to like leave my room because I could just tell something was up. Anyways, sorry, I'm like off track. So I leave and go to the dining hall to eat, right? And then I get a phone call. Actually, before I got the phone call, I was looking through like everyone who had called me. Apparently the police did call me earlier. And they were like, hey, this is officer blah, blah, blah. Your boss called us because she was concerned and she didn't know where you were yesterday. So just give us a call back. And I was like, wow, so she really called the police on me. I was really just scared to call the police back, so actually I called my dad back and I was like just telling him everything, and he was like, yeah, you need to call the police back and you need to call your boss back and apologize because you don't want to lose this job. And I was like, honestly, like, Em was the last person I wanted to talk to because I was just so scared. I was just like, I know she's gonna hate me, I don't know what she's gonna say to me. But anyways, so I ended up, first I just ate because I was like, I need some energy for this. So then after I ate, I called the police back, and then they were just like, hey, everything's fine, we just want to make sure that you're okay, we just want to know where you are. And then even the police, they were like, you should call your boss back and tell her that you're okay. And I was like, I don't want to. In my head, I really just did not want to talk to her. I was so scared to talk to her. I think I called her. No, I emailed her and I told her, I was like, I'm sorry for like not showing up yesterday. I'm sorry for not saying anything. I'll explain more when I see you in the office. And she was like, okay, cool, you can come in. So going into the office was like so scary. I was like so scared. So basically it's like her office, like she has an actual room office, but like for me, I just have like a desk and a computer. So she has like a window and like a door and everything. So she wasn't in her room when I got to my job, so I was like, phew. But then eventually she walked back and she was like, oh, hey, Brittany. I think a few minutes passed and I was just like logging in and like doing whatever I had to do, checking emails, seeing what I had to do for the day. And then she was like, come into my office. Ooh, I'm scared. I was so scared. Like, my heart was like, I was so scared. I was like, I know I might get fired. So anyways, I go into the office. I guess she could kind of tell that like I wasn't feeling that great lately. So she was like, it's okay, I know you're going through stuff. I understand. You can talk to me about anything. And, you know, like, it's understandable. Like, I get it. But then she was like, but at the same time, it's like there's no excuse for you to not talk to me. And she said that like there's rules and stuff. So she pulled out like this big old handbook. And she was like, in your contract that you signed, you said that you would like always show up to work. Basically by me doing that, I kind of like violated one of the contract rules or something. So she basically wrote me up. yeah, that sucked. She was like, I hate to have to do this. Like, you know what you did, so you kind of just have to like deal with this. And then she was like, we can just move on from this, but just don't do it again. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I went back to my work. She was still nice to me that day because like she did have to train me for something. We did have to like keep talking throughout that time. But like the way I am, it's like I don't like confrontation. So I think like after I'm confronted by someone about something, I kind of just like want to be alone. So I kind of just wanted to like be alone and work on what I had to work on without her like talking to me, but like that didn't happen. Eventually I kind of got over it because I kind of understand where she's coming from too. I really do appreciate them being on me about not showing up because that's something that I really do have to like not do, especially like once I graduate and I have like a real job, or like, I mean, whatever the case may be, I can't keep doing that, you know. I've learned from my mistake. I'm surprised that I wasn't fired, but at the same time, she really needed me at the time, so firing me would have been dumb on her part. Well, she was smart for not firing me. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.